When your home country is good, has most of the resources, has a good economy, provide security, provide you steady lights, and so many other good things, then you'll find that most times people doesn't have any reasons of Japa. They don't have any reasons to think about traveling to other people's country. You prefer to find yourself staying back home in your home country and enjoy the resources and enjoy every other thing. But at the same time, I'm not here to say that traveling out, you know, exploring different continents is not good. It's good. I'm not here to say that experiencing other lifestyles, living in other people's country, continent is not good. It's actually good and amazing. It helps a lot in life. But at the same time, here are some of the reasons why what really happens to some Ghanaians in Senegal. Hello everybody, welcome back here again to my channel. Trust you all are doing perfectly well. If you have seen my pretty face for the very first time, you are highly welcome. In today's video, I'm here to share with you guys my little experience of what really happens to some Ghanaians in Senegal. Why it actually looks like, obviously, like they are not large number of Ghanaians in Senegal, or they are not at all Ghanaians in Senegal. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that there is no Ghanaians living in Senegal or do come here to explore or tour or for vacation and then leave. They are. But when it comes to population, when it comes to number of Ghanaians living in Nigeria, in Senegal, you hardly find large. It's just few of them, despite the fact that Senegal is as well an African country. Yes. So, guys, about last month, I wanted to interview a Ghanaian living here in Senegal. I wanted to interview her about his lifestyle here, about how things actually are in this country to compare to Ghana as a Ghanaian that he is, and how things are actually moving on for him. So I didn't actually know this person directly, but somebody that knows him, okay, directed me that he is a Ghanaian. Okay, and my husband as well do know him as well. So, and then I now told my husband, okay, take me to his where he does work. He has a shop in the market, okay, so that I can actually ask him if it will be okay for him, so that I can actually interview him, create some content about life in Senegal as a Ghanaian, and all this Q&A for content, right? So we went there. Unfortunately, they told us that he has traveled back home to Ghana. I was like, what? What? So I was like, what? What happened? They said, no, he folded his shop, he sold everything, and he traveled back home to Ghana. He said, since Ghana has lights like Senegal, since Ghana economy, the money is favorable, the cities and all that, he doesn't see any need of still continuing staying back here in Senegal, that it would be best for him to travel back home to his mother's land and go enjoy his heritage, and then he can as well invest, start up his business over there. I was like, wow, this is really what some of the things that actually happens to some Ghanaians. You get to find out that some Ghanaians, when they find out that their hometown, Ghana, is actually okay, is actually doing well, the economy is favorable, is the life cost of living standard there is actual manageable and is okay, and there is constant light, and there are so many other things that you can actually find in other countries, in most especially, I'm not going to use to compare to maybe European countries, most especially the African country, then one will prefer going back home. At least there is steady lights, there is easy access to Wi-Fi and all that. It's one of the reasons why you hardly find large population of Ghana in Senegal. It's not because of the language issue or the communication issue. Because if it's actually because of the communication issue, then you will not see the large number of Nigerians you find here in Senegal here. But it's because when you compare to the cost of living and to the living standards of Senegal to that of Ghana, you find that there is actually some kind of similarities when it comes to the development, the light consistency, the economic and all that. So one would tend to, most times it's even much possible that Senegal is quite expensive than Ghana. Especially when you're a Ghanaian, you prefer living in Ghana. When you talk about light is also in Ghana. Okay, so unlike living here in Senegal, whereby you pay house rent every month, you pay water bill, you pay light bill, you pay everything billable, you pay house rent, like everything, just every month you pay it. So that person will prefer going back home to go stay and hustle that place back home and do whatever you want to do back home. This is the benefit of when your hometown is actually doing well, or is has this similarity of living standard to compare to where you travel to. You will be moved, you will be encouraged, you will be more inspired to want to go back home, to go stay in your hometown and invest in your hometown and enjoy things, resources back there in the home. So guys, so these are one of the things that actually happened to some Ghanaians. But there are some Ghanaians that also come to Senegal to come for a tour vacation, just to change life. But when it comes to populations of Ghanaians living in Senegal, I hardly see I hardly see like the large number, the large population. I'm not here to say there is no Ghanaians living in Senegal, but they are not much. They are not much to compare to other countries. They are not much to compare. There might be much in other countries, so don't get me wrong. But here in Senegal, they are not much. And this is one thing with Ghanaians. They are officially, many of them, you'll find even some UKs, you find on social media, many people, how we return back to Ghana to live, to invest. And this is one of the good things. It's very, very important for people to, for your hometown to be developed and to do well. You will get to find yourself being encouraged and inspired to want to relocate back home to go invest. There are so many people, they can't even invest or think about returning back home due to insecurity, due to different issues, due to the lack of light, due to the low economy. Okay, but when those things are now something that you cannot longer bother about, you find yourself wanting to go back home. Like, this is very good coming from Ghana. So that is how I miss the man. Hopefully I can find somebody else that I can actually interview who is a Ghanaian, but it will be definitely difficult. This is me just trying to share an experience of what really happens to some Ghanaians. They prefer living in their hometown than living as in any other African countries. Because why? Because that thing that they are looking for in other countries, their country have it, and which is actually good. I don't know this video if it actually makes sense. I didn't in any way intention recording. I would have record like clip of the day I went to the man shop, but for security reasons, I won't be placing it here because I don't know who is watching me. Since I was unable to meet him to question him, placing the view of his shop somebody else has already rented out is not good though. So I hope I've been able to make sense or thereabout. I just thought of sharing this. Don't forget to like my video and let me know your thoughts about this particular stuff. Okay, and if you're a Ghanaian living in Senegal, you can let me know in the comment section because I'm looking for one. I'm searching for one. Okay, guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.